Dear students, under the topic multiple integrals, we are solving problems under double integrals. Already we have completed problem 1 and 2 in our previous video lecture. Kindly follow that first and then move on to this lecture. Here we have problem 3. So evaluate integral 0 to a, integral 0 to b, xy multiplied with x minus y, dy dx. In order to evaluate this integral, first of all we have to check the limits. The limits are independent of the variables x and y. Then we have to perform this integral in the order of integration which has been given here. That is, here dy is given first. So first we have to integrate this with respect to dy and apply the limits for y. Then after completing that, we have to integrate it with respect to x and then apply the limits of 0 to a for the variable x. So we shall do that now. So as I have shown you here, we have to first perform the integral with respect to y. Now before doing that, we shall just simplify whatever is given here. That is, we will multiply this xy to the terms inside the bracket. So what we will be getting, the outer integral 0 to a and then the inner integral 0 to b, and we have to multiply this. So when xy is multiplied with x, we get x squared y minus xy multiplied with y gives us xy square and then dy dx. So now we shall integrate with respect to y first. So this will be equal to, the outer integral remains as it is and the inner integral, after integration it becomes, since we are integrating with respect to y, x will be treated as constant and so we will be getting it as it is, and the integration of y is y squared by 2, and then we have a negative sign here, so minus x will come as it is, and the integration of y square with respect to y is y cube by 3, and this is between the limits 0 to b, and then dx comes as it is. Now we shall apply the limits. So we have to apply the limits for the variable y, since we integrated first with respect to y. So that will be equal to integral 0 to a, and where the upper limit is b. So put y is equal to b. Wherever we have y, we have to replace it by b first. So x squared multiplied with b squared by 2 minus, now when you put b over here, it will be b cube. So x multiplied with b cube by 3. And then the lower limit is 0. So minus upper limit minus lower limit. So when you put y as 0, both the terms become 0, and so we get that to be 0 dx. Just rewrite this. So this will be equal to integral 0 to a. Now here we have b square by 2, which is constant, multiplied with x square, minus b cube by 3 is a constant, multiplied with x, and 0 we need not write, so dx. Now we have to integrate with respect to x. So when we perform the integration with respect to x, b squared by 2 constant comes as it is, and what is the integration of x square? It is x cube by 3 minus b cube by 3 is constant comes as it is, and what is the integration of x? It is x squared by 2, and this is between the limits 0 and a. Now we shall apply the upper limit and the lower limit for the variable x, since we integrated with respect to x over here. So when we apply that, first b square by 2 comes as it is, and at the place of x we have to put a. So it will be a cube by 3 minus this term now. B cube by 3 comes as it is, and at the place of x we have to replace by a, and so we get a squared by 2. So upper limit is done, minus the lower limit. But we see that when we substitute x as 0 over here, both the terms become 0, and so we will be getting the lower limit after when we apply as 0 only. And now we shall simplify this. In these two terms, we see that the denominator is 6. So it is common for both, and also in the numerator we could see that a square b square is common in both the terms, which can be taken out. So a squared b squared divided by 6 can be taken common out, and what we will be having inside, here we will be left out with a. So it will be a, and here we will be left out with a b. So since we have minus here, so it will be a minus b. So this is the required solution for the given integral. Hence we have evaluated the given integral, and we have found the solution to be a square b square by 6 multiplied with a minus b. So this is the solution of the given integral. We shall now perform the double integral problem 4. So we shall do now problem 4. Now here in problem 4, we have the question evaluate integral 1 to 2 integral 1 to x xy square dy dx. As I told you before, we have to first check the limits. So when we check the limits, we see that the first integral is independent of the variable, whereas the integral which is inside, that is 1 to x, is dependent on x. So now here the limits are, one of the limit is a variable, and what is that variable? It is x. So whenever you have the integral with respect to a variable, you have to integrate it, this integral you have to integrate it with respect to the other variable. That is, for example, here what is the variable given in the integral as limits? It is x. So you have to integrate the given function with respect to y first, and after that you have to integrate with respect to x. Anyway, here the order of integration is also given as dy, after that dx. So there is no issue. But remember, whatever limits you have to integrate with respect to the other variable that we have. That is, here you have the limit as x. Whenever you have the limit as x in the integral, then you have to integrate it with respect to y. If you have y as the limit in the integral first, then you have to integrate it with respect to x. So remember to do that. So since we have x over here, first we are going to integrate with respect to y. So I have marked here. So that is equal to the outer integral 1 to 2 comes as it is. Now this one we have to integrate with respect to y first. So when we integrate with respect to y, x will be treated as constant, so it will come as it is. And what is the integration for y square? It is y cube by 3. And this is between the limits 1 to x, and dx comes as it is. Now we have to do upper limit minus the lower limit. So that will be equal to integral 1 to 2. And so what we will be having, we have to apply the limits for y. So x multiplied with this y cube, here at the place of y you have to replace by x. So it will be x cube by 3. So upper limit is done, minus the lower limit. So x comes as it is. So at the place of y you have to put 1. So when you put 1, it will be 1 cube. So that is 1 only. 1 divided by 3. And this is between the, multiplied with dx, because we have applied the upper limit minus the lower limit. So that will be further equal to integral 1 to 2. Just simplify it. So x multiplied with x cube will give us x to the power 4 divided by 3 minus x by 3 dx. Now we have to integrate with respect to x. And so that will be equal to, what is the integral for x power 4? It is x to the power 5 divided by 5. But already you have a 3 over here. So 3 will be multiplied with 5 and you will be getting 15. Minus, here you have x by 3. So on integration what you will get? It will become, what is the integration for x? It will become x square by 2. So x square by 2. But you have a 3 over here. So 3 will be multiplied with 2 and you will be getting 6. And this is between the limits 1 and 2. We shall now apply the limits. When you apply the upper limit, it is 2 to the power 5. So what is 2 power 5? It is 32. So 32 divided by 15. And here you have to apply 2. So 2 square is 4. So 4 by 6. So upper limit is over. Minus the lower limit. So minus 1 divided by 15, because the lower limit is 1. And here you have a minus. So minus into minus will become plus. 1 divided by 6. Now we shall simplify this. Throughout, if you see, the LCM is 30. So when you take the LCM, it will be 30. And what is what we have to multiply 2 with 15 in order to get 30, and the same 2 we have to multiply in the numerator. So 32 multiplied with 2 will give us 64. Minus, with 6 you have to multiply 5 in order to get 30. So 4 multiplied with 5 is 20. So 20. And then minus, Here you have to multiply 2 in order to get 30, and the 2 multiplied with 1 you get 2. And then plus, with 6 you have to multiply 5, and so the same 5 will be multiplied with 1, and so you will be getting 5. So on simplification, this will be, what is 64 plus 5? So 69 minus 22 we have to do. So because 20 plus 2. So 69 minus 22 divided by 30. And so that will be equal to 47 divided by 30. So this is the required answer. That is, after evaluating the given integral, we get 47 by 30 as the answer. So I hope you would have understood both the problems of this lecture. Kindly follow the next video lecture for problem 5 and 6. Thank you.